In a commercial kitchen, safety is everyone's job. It is a responsibility that must be accepted throughout the working day. Accidents that occur in the workplace are often the result of not knowing the proper way to do a task, carelessly performing an operation or job, or not being consciously aware during the performance of a task. By doing things right, you and your coworkers will commit yourselves to safety on the job, and everyone will benefit. This video will summarize a general list of safety precautions you must observe in your designated work area. First, let's go over some basic safety tips regarding how to avoid slips and falls, as well as suggested proper lifting techniques. Slips and falls can cause some of the most serious injuries in the workplace. In order to prevent these mishaps from occurring, we've outlined some basic precautions. Beware of what's going on around you and pay attention to your surroundings. Pick up or wipe up any spilled item immediately, particularly water or other similar liquids. If floors are wet or have a spill, place wet floor signs out immediately and ensure they remain in place until the floor is clean and dry. Improper lifting techniques cause painful strains, serious injuries, and can result in the loss of many working hours. To avoid unnecessary injuries, always follow proper lifting techniques. Use protective equipment like a back brace if necessary. Have a sure grip on the object and keep it close to your body. Bend your knees before lifting and lift with your legs, not your back. Do not lift more than you can safely handle. For heavier or bigger items, get a partner and lift together. When stacking cases of product, do not stack too high. Place heavier items on the bottom first and then build the pallet heaviest to lightest. Two types of burns occur in the commercial kitchen, minor and serious. We expect all of our employees to follow simple kitchen operation procedures to prevent both. When operating the ovens, first put on the required protective equipment like arm protectors and oven mitts. Next, pans must be stacked to cool. Place a towel or cloth on the stack to alert others that the pans are hot. Know the location of the fire extinguishers and how and when to operate them. When operating steam kettles, put on protective equipment including a waterproof heat apron, high-temp rubber gloves, and goggles. Remove the lids of pots slowly. Lift the side of the lid that is away from you so the steam does not rush out too quickly, causing burns to your hands or face. When placing food in kettles, lower slowly as not to splash. Use your apron, gloves, and goggles when rotating the product to avoid splashing of hot water. When cleaning the steam kettles, allow the unit to cool before draining. Roll over the drain pan and connect the hose to drain the water in the floor drain. Open valve slowly to avoid overrun. Wash and scrub the kettle using approved chemicals and soaps. Make sure you wear protective gloves and goggles as well as an apron to avoid chemical burns. Please utilize the following procedures when handling sharp utensils for cut prevention. When using electric can openers, place a metal riser under the electric can opener to lift cans up into the blade and gear. While applying gentle pressure to the can, press down and hold the handle to operate the opener. Open can completely so the lid is free from all sides of the can. Do not pry open the can with any object. When cleaning the can openers, first unplug the unit from the power source before cleaning. Using a washcloth and dish soap, wash the unit until it is free from all food particles, syrups, and debris. When washing the blade and gear assembly, pay close attention to prevent getting cut from the cutting wheel. When properly cleaned, the cutting wheel should move freely. When opening boxes, use pre-approved safety cutters or box cutters. The box cutter must have a self-retracting blade in case the button is released for any reason. When cutting items open, cut away from your body or to the side. Beware of your surroundings. Make sure others are not close by when you are cutting boxes open or cutting them for recycling. Over 90% of all workplace accidents are preventable. These three basic rules of kitchen safety, if followed, will significantly reduce the likelihood of workplace mishaps. First, do not run. People who rush around the kitchen tend to take chances that increase the likelihood of an accident. Second, keep your mind on your work. People who let their attention wander are a hazard to themselves and others around them. Third, observe all the rules for operating kitchen equipment. Wear proper footwear and never operate kitchen equipment until instructed in the correct procedures. The most important thing to remember is that you are responsible for your own safety and the safety of others. Most safety practices are common sense. Unfortunately, they can be forgotten or overlooked unless you make safe practices a habit or an instinct.